topic that, we as lawyers are not necessarily innovators, right? Like we're kind of taught through law school and through our training that failure is not an option, but that's kind of contrary to becoming innovative with how we manage maybe our technology tools. And, it's something we really have to think about. And we as lawyers have to realize that, some of the biggest challenges I think we're going to face in the future is that the companies like Amazon, they really are coming after us for legal services, right? I mean, it's not only some of the other one, Boundless now, who does like immigration kind of do-it-yourself cases, right? But can you imagine if Amazon gets into the legal space, what's that gonna do?
If they were able to create Uber and take down the taxi cab unions and their not unions, but the medallion system and all that, which is like the hardcore paid local politicians for keeping these things, they're going to take down lawyers eventually. And so you got to be prepared for that, have systems be efficient. And I was talking to my associate today. It's like, it's happening. If we're going to be a law firm, we have to make sure, like, there's limousine companies that still are doing great. We got to have our standards so high. And I kind of think of ourselves, I was telling her, of like the Lamborghini or the Louis Vuitton of immigration lawyers. Whereas, there's going to be people who make purses, they're going to be people who make all these products, and they're going to water it down. But if we keep our name and brand and our service at that high level, people are still going to go to the top hotel. I went to a hotel for a dinner. There was like this event my wife was invited to. We went on Friday. It was it's like Ritz-Carlton in Marina Del Rey. And I just read a book about Ritz-Carlton where Harvard School of Business did a review of their stuff. And I was going to high hopes because they said their brand is the best because their service is the best. And I was kind of disappointed in the service. It's pretty whatever, but it has this brand. So even if you have Holiday Inns and all this like less expensive kind of stuff, they're still making money through this downturn. So you kind of have to, either go McDonald's style, really cheap and high volume to compete with Amazon who's coming in, or these Canadian these big four accounting firms who are coming in to take the space, or you go the other end, really high end kind of stuff. The middle is going to eat up. It's going to be very difficult. Sorry, where was I going with that? But it's something to be really prepared for because they're coming at us. And you got to think of lawyers are always thinking about. Sorry to take over this discussion, but this is stuff that got me thinking a lot. It's just like we always think our goal is to make people's lives easier, and whatever that is, we have to kind of go with it, even if it eats at our bottom line. But it's kind of like, how can we work with services in that new changing paradigm to keep our businesses going as well?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you're seeing it happening in some states. This was a topic of discussion. Utah, Arizona, they are actually leading the way, and they've eliminated some of the ethics rules that don't allow us to partner with a non-lawyer, right? So, if we can't, I know we all have mixed feelings about this. We don't want the legal industry to become suddenly, not what it is now. But I think we also have to be realistic that if we are going to innovate in the future, that, it may be beneficial to bring in a partner who is perhaps a tech type partner if you're developing your firm to a way that can help more people. Maybe you can reduce your prices a little bit. You can still offer one-on-one high quality legal services, but like you were saying, those people that don't even realize an immigration lawyer can help them, yes, we can. And maybe we can help them in a really more efficient manner by improving the technology that we use, and maybe even lowering our prices a little bit. Right?
There's a couple of things I mentioned. One is you might have for Nadine, it's rainy here, so my internet cuts in. Now you might have not heard some of the parts I was saying, but I was reading the Ombudsman's report from last year, and they estimated from USCIS numbers that only 30% of people actually use a lawyer. So to me, it's like not as much competition with these people coming in. There's a bigger pie out there that's not getting access. So they could come in, take 60% of that pie, and then we still don't even notice it. So it's kind of like, how do you work? And then with this partnering up, what's going to happen is you're going to have these sharks, these really go-getter management companies that are coming in, marketing companies, and tech people. So you can know the immigration law, you partner up with someone who does tech, you partner with someone who knows how to run a business better than you do, because we're all like a lot of immigration lawyers are going to be mediocre business people. If reality is, because that's not our forte. And then hire a marketing person that's really good, because again, immigration lawyers are pretty terrible at marketing. Lawyers in general are pretty terrible at marketing. So all of a sudden you have this 4-person partnership where you're doing the core business operations, but for technical work. But then all these people are doing it, they're going to blow it out the water. So you can potentially make a lot more money, even charging less, by having those kind of partners. So it's, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just mentioned this partnerships and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's probably going to be what's going to end up happening.
Right. And some of the other statistics that struck me was, again, this conference is meant for all lawyers, not just immigration lawyers. And, when they said things like, and I had one of these in my report, 73% of clients want to use online communications with their lawyer. I thought, well, that's not what I'm hearing from my immigration lawyer colleagues, right? Because we're the opposite. We're always saying our clients don't want to use technology. My client is not tech savvy. That's the article I did for your Toolbox magazine recently, right? How to make your client more tech savvy, because I don't think we give our clients enough chance to become tech savvy, or maybe have them, learn how to be more tech savvy. I mean, most of them do have a smartphone. They could probably use Facebook and Instagram. So I think it's our job to help our clients be more tech savvy. And apparently there are clients in other legal fields that do want this type of online communication with lawyers, right? Again, those are, some really interesting statistics there. Another one that said 80% of consumer legal needs are not being met. So what does that mean? Lawyers are failing the market, right? And again, this goes back to the initial comment you mentioned, that many people don't even know that an immigration lawyer, or any lawyer, so to speak, can help their case.
Yeah. And so that pie is out there to get, and it's a disservice really as part of our profession. We're supposed to go there and help people. We're defenders of the public against certain institutions. So there's so much more to talk about.
Cost is a big factor too, right? I mean, there are some services now. I'm seeing a lot more of them coming out, like funding. I know that DocketWise, your sponsor, has a new kind of integration with one of these funding companies, right? Where they will fund your client's case for you, including the filing fees, and then you just you get your money all up front. Of course, the client is going to have to pay interest, right? Mm-hmm. Which is different from what a lot of us offer in our payment plans. We offer most of us interest-free plans. But, the other statistic we heard at the show was 63% of people can't even afford a $500 emergency, right? So legal fees are expensive, and probably a big reason why people do go to these do-it-yourself services or think they can handle it themselves.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, luckily with our work, like I make enough money where I could be a different mindset. But I remember when I was starting, I was just like, how would someone afford me? Like, I don't think I would be able to afford myself when I started my firm. And I go for a particular type of clientele that it just works, so it hasn't been an issue. But, it is important, like, to think about how do we get these services. And, it's hard because sometimes people just want form review, for example. They do that, I want 30, I 45, and they want to check the work. And I don't accept prepared case review because I got to talk with the people. And just because they say something on the form, it so many times we just ask them, have you been arrested before? First they say no, you say arrested, no. The third time I ask them, like, oh yeah, I got arrested. I was in prison for 3 months, and I'm like, or jail. I'm like, how do I have to ask? So it's like, you can't just review the form.
No, I agree. And then once we do have the client, how do we treat the client once we do get them, right?
Well, I'm gonna get to that. So that's part of, I don't, sorry, that's.
Go ahead. You have some comments on that.